Hate to interrupt all that conversation, however. Welcome to the February 2nd meeting of the Rotary Club of Edmonton West. This is Groundhog Day. So the sun is out. So if anybody see that furry little marmot around, just let us know. Okay, and we'll start with wherever my thing is. Okay. We'll start with Canada.
Hey, hell.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Okay, and we are on Treaty 6 land, and John, wherever you are.
I'm here and we'll continue to acknowledge the land we sit on, we stand on, and it gives us life. We acknowledge the First Peoples, we share the land according to Treaty 6, and we recognize the First Nations, the Métis, and the Inuit as the first peoples who have been custodians living on this land. We share the land by using a treaty. As Rotarians, we seek to advance understanding, work with others to have goodwill, friendship, and peace through the idea of service, which fits very well with the spirit of reconciliation.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened? Oh, here we are. We will have our district governor on Zoom right at 12:30. It'll be a rather tight meeting, so he'll speak for about 20 minutes. There might be room for questions, but you will have to speak up. The microphone in the camera here will pick it up for Ramesh. And also we have, I don't think she's here yet. I don't think she's here yet. Melinda Noyes, the assistant district governor. Okay, and then Myrna at the back. Bob Babaki. And we also have Brittany here from Rotary Employment Partnership, and she'll talk for about a minute later on. And it's February, and Peace Building and Conflict Prevention Month. And this is just a few slides from our food bank event. So you may see your picture there. There's Rob, Stuart, and Fred, John, Fred again. Okay, so we're going to do the luncheon service, and so meals in the back, and we'll go from there. Did I miss anything? Did I miss any guests? Nope. Good. Have lunch. You would think. Work in the room is good. Give me your
Education and rehabilitation. Over the past 18 years, Ramesh has volunteered in partnership with Rotary International, the Gates Foundation, Global Citizen, United Nations Foundation, and the World Health Organization to promote our shared global goal of ending polio. He has shared Rotary's End Polio message with country heads of state, many world leaders, and celebrities around the world. If you want to know more about Ramesh, you need to be Facebook friends with him. He's wonderful, capturing his travels digitally. He has spoken to delegates at the United Nations in New York City and to many Rotarians at various Rotary International Conventions, Zone Institutes, district conferences around the world. Ramesh has provided the polio vaccine to children in Karachi, Pakistan, Kabul, Afghanistan, and in his birth country of India. He is the recipient of the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Award, the Yukon Commissioners Award for Volunteer Public Service, and Rotary International's Service Award for a Polio-Free World. Welcome, Ramesh. I wish you were here.
Well, I'm here. Here I am. Thank you so much, Jackie, for that introduction. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay, great. So thank you very much, everyone at the Rotary Club of Edmonton West. It's wonderful to be with you virtually today. I'm just going to go a little bit about my Rotary journey, talk about the Rotary International Presidential Message, Unite for Good. I want to talk about some of my hopes for the district during this Rotary year that we're in, talk about a bit about the Rotary Foundation, and then I want to end the presentation talking about the Rotary District Conference that will be held later this year. So as mentioned, I'm a polio survivor. I was born in India. I was born in poverty and I didn't have access to the polio vaccine. And because of this, my legs were paralyzed at the age of 6 months because I contracted polio. My birth mother, Lakshmi, gave me up to a Canadian-founded orphanage where I was later adopted by a Canadian couple, Ron and Jan Ferris, in Whitehorse, Yukon. My father was the Anglican Bishop of Yukon, and my adoptive parents had adopted 5 children prior to me coming to the Yukon. And so this is my adoptive family that I grew up in. And, we all were smiling and we all were brought up living a really positive life. And we were instilled values of just staying determined, not giving up. And it doesn't matter if you have a disability, you're doing household chores and focusing on the strengths of what one can do versus focusing on the things that you can't do. And so that's very much how I grew up in my life. This is my wife, Dagmar Ferris. She's a proud Rotarian, and she's a math teacher in Whitehorse, a high school math teacher. And she is an immigrant from the Czech Republic. And we're both immigrants, and we wanted to celebrate Canada in our nation's capital on July 1st for our wedding day, which was July 1st of 2012. And as a strong Rotarian and a proud supporter of ending polio, we wanted to share that commitment and support on our wedding day from 2012. So I wanted to share that photo with you here. I always like this saying, don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try. With this slashed out, we've always done it that way. I think it's important that clubs, if they haven't done so already, adopt this type of attitude. Getting rid of this mentality of this is the way we've always done it, and don't be afraid to fail, be afraid not to try. And throughout my life, I've followed that motto as much as I can. If it's learning how to downhill sit skiing in my 40s, if it's representing the Yukon at the Canada Winter Games in Halifax and paranordic sit skiing, if it's climbing a hill when I was a kid or swimming lanes at the pool, or coming up with this idea to hand cycle across Canada for Rotary Polio Plus to raise funds and awareness for polio eradication, education, and rehabilitation. When I came up with the idea of Cycle to Walk, hand cycling across the country, I hadn't owned a hand cycle. nor had I hand cycled a kilometer in my life. I just knew that I was going to use that as a vehicle to get that important message that we cannot give up in the fight against polio. After my cross Canada journey, I became a Rotarian myself. And to this day, I continue to use Rotary as a platform to raise my voice for the causes that I care about. One in particular is polio eradication. And when it comes to polio eradication and the leaders that I've had the opportunity to meet, it's Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Bill Gates, polio survivor Archbishop Desmond Tutu, or His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The common key messages that these leaders have shared with me is that they're very thankful for the support of Rotary and their commitment to a polio-free world. But most importantly, they don't want us to give up in the fight against polio, and they urged us to keep going. You know, another great example of the power of Rotarians' voice in the efforts in our efforts to end polio was demonstrated in December of last year at a polio pledging event in Abu Dhabi, where I was joined by our very own Michael McGovern, who's our Rotary International Polio Plus chair, as well as leaders like Bill Gates and our Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros. Together with other world leaders, we stood proudly with the announcement that there is an additional $1.9 billion committed to the Global Polio Eradication Initiative in Abu Dhabi this past December. And that, my friends, this photo and this commitment would not have happened if it wasn't for Rotarians, our 1.2 million Rotarians' voices that are strongly articulating that message that Rotary is in it to the end of polio and we are not giving up. And leaders around the world heard our calls and continue to hear our calls and step up with commitments like $1.9 billion for polio eradication. And it's unbelievable. When we talk about our Rotary clubs, we talk about, extended family of our Rotary members. And I like to say this about my club, is that with the Rotary Club of Whitehorse Rendezvous, these are some of the members in the club that I have the honor of serving with. And I feel like these are extended family members. I lean on them for support, for guidance, work together on ideas so that we can have an impact in our community locally, nationally, and globally. And I hope that you feel that same way within your own club, that you can reach out to your members for support, for guidance, working as a team to help your community. And I actually know that you are doing that. And I'm very, very impressed and so happy for your work. We talk about in Rotary, we don't do anything alone. And being a district governor is the same idea. I'm not alone in this journey. This is a district governor classmate photo that was taken last year at the Rotary International Assembly in Florida. And these are my fellow district governors from our Rotary Zone of 28, but also the Rotary Zone of 32, which we're paired in. And in the middle is the director, our director, Chris Aten. And throughout this year and previous years, preparing for my year as district governor, as a district governor class, we have a WhatsApp group and we continue to support each other, asking each other questions, sharing ideas, and being a resource for each other. And again, I hope that as club members, you are having strong connections with each other, communicating regularly, troubleshooting, and truly working as a team. Our Rotary International President, Francesco, wanted us as district governors to share some messages about his year as we're in this Rotary year. The Unite for Good message. He talks about this being a power of human connection, urging Rotarians to welcome new members, collaborate on service projects, and amplify our global impact. His core themes and leadership priorities is friendship and trust, and he talks about this being the foundation for meaningful service, strong clubs, and impactful partnerships. He wants us to lead with humility, humanity, and heart, and encourages us to lead not for titles or applause, but with integrity and compassion. He wants us to have long-term vision and continuity, and acknowledges that the Rotary year may be short, but it can be impactful through lasting and thoughtful planning that extends beyond a single year. His key organizational focus areas is membership growth, club openness, polio eradication, peace building, and continued commitment to global peace initiatives. Within our Rotary District of 5370, we encompass the Yukon, Northwest Territories, part of BC, Saskatchewan, Northern Alberta, and we have approximately 56 active Rotary clubs within our district today. And again, to echo that what I said earlier was, it's teamwork makes the dream work. We don't do anything alone, and I'm really proud to be working with such a strong team. And we have a board of directors that lead our district, and we have a strong district governor stream. Our immediate past district governor Brian Edwards, our district governor-elect Jeanette Bancars, our district governor nominee Andre Chouard, and our newly appointed district governor nominee designate Jody Swanson. And we have our assistant district governor, or 13 assistant district governors, and yours is Melinda Knowles. We have 18 district committees, and I'm not going to list all of them, but we have Learning and Development Committee, Membership Committee, and a lot of these committees, all of them, are here as resources to help your club grow and thrive. And so if you have questions, you need support, you want to banter some ideas to help grow your club, I would encourage you to reach out to the various chairs of the district committees. And I'd also encourage you as club members to actively get involved in these district committees, because the district can't continue to grow and move our district forward into the future without your perspectives, your experience, your knowledge, and your ideas. So it's really important that as club members, you're helping to grow your club, but you're also seeking ways to actively participate in growing and supporting our district. I do want to acknowledge that we have some amazing past district governors in your club. We have Ingrid Meach and we have Jackie Hobel, just as a couple examples. And I like to say too, like, these past district governors, they don't just complete their terms and say, peace out, I'm out of here, I'm done. They continue to go back. Well, Ingrid actually might say peace out because she's such a champion of peace. But you get what I'm saying, is that it's a team effort here. And just because you're a PDG, you continue to demonstrate leadership to help our clubs and our district grow. And I'm forever grateful. So many people are grateful for your continued leadership. I want to thank too that we have a couple people that at a district level, committee level, has exercised not only leadership in your club, but at a district level. So we have Bruce Holben, who's currently chair of our district membership committee. And so thank you, Bruce, for your leadership. We also have John Donner, who was the chair of our district Indigenous committee for a while, and he's continues to sit on that committee. And we have Myrna Fint, who's also our co-lead assistant district governor. So you truly are helping the district in its leadership, growing and supporting our district. So thank you very much. So my hope for this Rotary year is that as a club, you will develop a multi-year club action plan that uses our own Rotary International's action plan as a guide, focusing on increasing our impact, expanding our reach, enhancing participant engagement, and increasing our ability to adapt. It's important to understand that, when your club plans an action plan, it's not about Lauren's action plan or your next president's action plan. It's your plan. And we need to have all of your ideas, your voices being used, involved to build this action plan. And it's about working not just over 1 year, but multiple years and coming together as one for one action plan. And it's a blueprint for your club's success so that new members coming in and current members know exactly what your club's about, what the goals are, and how each person is taking ownership and part of the action in implementing that plan. So if you haven't done so already, my hope is that you will develop a multi-year action plan for your club. The reality is that we will not be able to continue the amazing work and have the impact in our communities locally, nationally, and globally if we as Rotarians don't continue to fund the Rotary Foundation. So the hope is that we will have 70% of Rotarians this year contributing something to the Rotary Foundation, if it's through the annual fund, endowment fund, polio fund, disaster fund, through peace initiatives, whatever, but just 70% of all Rotarians within our district contributing to the Rotary Foundation in some way. I was really excited to see that within your own club, you've developed some goals, you've put them down, and you do have a goal as a club to raise $4,000 for this Rotary year. To date, I see that you're at $1,311, and there's still time to achieve that goal, so keep up the good work. And for Polio Plus, I see that you have a goal of $1,000, which, again, there's still time to work towards that goal. I believe you're at $100 now. So last Rotary year, our district was amazing in its financial generosity to the Rotary Foundation's annual fund, contributing just over $300,000 to the annual fund. To Polio Plus, from our district alone, just under $210,000. And $771,000 was committed to the endowment fund last Rotary year. So I like to say that we're a small district, but we're a mighty district, and I'm really proud to be part of an amazing district that is so generous, financially giving to the Rotary Foundation. And we just need that continued generosity to continue. So to date, this is where we're at from December of last year. We have from our district contributions to the annual fund, so just over 85,000, to Polio Plus, just over 100,000, disaster relief, just under 8,000, and the endowment fund, just under 100,000. For our district grants, we have 59 projects that have been funded, and that is just under a $410,000 Canadian investment into communities through 59 district grants. Rotary International is asking that Rotarians and clubs and districts give multiple ways to Polio Plus for a polio-free world. They're asking that every Rotarian contribute $100 US annually to the Polio Plus Society, to Polio Plus through the district's Polio Plus Society. And by doing this, you're making it a commitment annually to the World Health Organization certifies the world polio free. And when you do this, you get a fancy pin and a certificate, which proudly says that you're part of our district's Polio Plus Society. And I know that our friend Jackie Hobo, our current End Polio Now coordinator for the zone, will be able to give you more information on that as well. Rotary International is also asking every club to contribute $1,500 annually to Polio Plus, and they're asking every district to give 20% of their DDF to Polio Plus. And I'm just really proud to know that our district continues to give its 20% of its DDF to Polio Plus. And many clubs are giving $1,500 annually to Polio Plus. I wanted to share this photo with you. This is a photo of a polio survivor that I met in August of 2011 on the street of Kabul, Afghanistan. And the reality is that when we do not commit the $3 required to protect a child for life against polio, these same children grow up and become the crawlers of our world. All of these images that you see of human beings crawling on the street is completely preventable through continued support of Rotary Polio Plus. The other hope for me throughout this Rotary year is to challenge clubs to look at what they are doing to bring down barriers that your potential new members and current members might face. When we talk about the club member experience, we have to ask ourselves, when does this start? And if you're saying that the club member experience starts at the door, you have to ask yourself, can your potential members and current members even get to the door? And why I say this is that these are some of the barriers that I face in Whitehorse, having a physical disability myself, having to hurdle up heaps of snow to get up to a bus stop or to be able to access a ramp to get to my car. Most of these ramps are covered in snow and ice, so it's not easy to get around the community. And I truly believe that when clubs take that time and complete a club accessibility assessment, it will be a great tool that you'll be able to identify barriers, potentially remove barriers, so that people of all abilities will be invited, included, and engaged in the Rotary Club member experience and have meaningful volunteer opportunities to be able to connect with members in their community, providing service as a Rotarian. So I've asked our district's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee to develop a Rotary Club accessibility assessment tool, and that has been rolled out at the Fall Assembly, and many clubs have picked that up. And I'm hoping that your club will pick one up too and complete this accessibility assessment tool. The other hope is that you will take the time as Rotarian members to share your Rotary personal expression statement. What's keeping you in Rotary? What are your triumphs? What do you want to celebrate? What do you want to share with your fellow Rotarians, and what keeps you a Rotarian? Why do you want other members to join your club? So take that time and record yourself sharing a 1 to 2 minute clip of what your Rotary personal expression statement is. Here's an example of one from Allison in Yellowknife.
Hey, hi, my name is Allison Erlwanger. I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Yellowknife True North. And I'm in Rotary because I used to be in Rotaract when I was in my 20s, and it was just an amazing professional development experience. And I also was able to see what it looks like to be really a part of your community and to impact change when you see an issue and that yet you wanted to fundraise for and put money towards. And so I would say that Rotary is a great thing for anybody who wants to make an impact in their community and meet some like-minded people at the same time. I love the fact that anywhere I go in the world, I know that whenever I meet a Rotarian, we have shared values. We're all guided by the 4-way test, and that we're going to connect based on that. And so anyone who is globally minded, wants to meet people from around the world, wants to network, and wants to also act locally, I would highly recommend that you join Rotary.
So that's an example of a Rotary personal expression statement. I hope when I go on your Facebook page, I will see a bunch of these Rotary expression statements from your members. No pressure, Ingrid. So we know that Rotary isn't just a club to join, but rather an invitation to endless opportunities. And as I said, I've been to your Facebook page and I've just been so impressed with the work that you're doing as a club. You're sharing your Rotary impact, and it shows through your support with ending polio, promoting positive peace. We have an amazing leadership from Ingrid um, and Tamara Larson, who are our positive peace activators. You have worked on environmental protection and cleaning up the environment through your Alberta highway cleanup campaigns. You have done eye projects in Guatemala, which is amazing. You unite for good with other organizations so you can have a bigger impact. So working with Salvation Army, it's a great example. You're donating your time to help out the local food bank, but you're also donating funds. Here's a check presentation to the Edmonton Food Bank from your club for $5,000. You're making an impact. The Roots for Trees program, you're planting trees. And you're having fun, changing lives through fun initiatives like golf tournaments. And you do so much more, so much more. It's important that you know that you are making an impact, and you know all the other stuff that you're doing. And I'm just so grateful that you're part of our district and you're doing so many great things to help people locally, nationally, and globally. I now want to go to talk about the Rotary District Conference. It'll be held in Whitehorse, Yukon, May 15th to 17th. The theme of the conference is Teamwork Makes the Dream Work. It's purposely on the May long weekend to give people extra time to fly up to Whitehorse or drive up to Whitehorse and enjoy a place that they may not have been before. We have amazing guest speakers from Diego Carnerio promoting peace. We have the man in motion himself, Rick Hansen, coming in. We have trustee of the Rotary Foundation, Marty P. Kelman. We have the co-founder of Global Citizen, Michael Sheldrick, coming, and we have many other speakers. We have some amazing panel discussions that are going to be happening, and some wonderful entertainment.
Welcome to the traditional territories of the Conquetchun Council and the Kwalindun First Nation. Rotarians are excited to welcome you to the Kwalindun Cultural Center in Whitehorse, Yukon, where we will be having our Rotary District 5370 conference. You're in the right place if you want to have a lot of fun. Your trip to Whitehorse, Yukon can include amazing experiences like glass blowing, checking out the natural hot springs, seeing the amazing Yukon wildlife, or getting together with fellow Rotarians and just experiencing the amazing restaurants in Whitehorse. Well, in Skagway, hop on aboard the historic White Pass and Yukon Route train, following the same journey that miners in the 1800s followed to get to the gold in Dawson City. Don't let your adventure end in Whitehorse. Book a tour with Icefield Discovery and check out the many ice fields and the glaciers and Canada's highest mountain, Mount Logan. Venture north of Whitehorse to the historic gold rush town of Dawson, Yukon, where you'll have an opportunity to pan for gold, walk on boardwalks, get an old-fashioned photo done, and check out Diamond Tooth Birdie's Casino. Hop in a helicopter or your vehicle and check out the incredibly beautiful Tombstone Territorial Park.
Be here and come. Dog question.
Take the time and cross the border into Skagway, Alaska, where you can learn how to crack into and enjoy Alaska King crab. Teamwork makes the dream work. I encourage you to attend the Rotary District 5370 Conference in Whitehorse, Yukon, where you will have an opportunity to gain new golden nuggets of knowledge, be inspired by our guest speakers, and have many opportunities to learn from your fellow Rotarians, meet new friends, and have memories that will last a lifetime.
So thank you very much, everyone, for your time today. I know it's time to go. I want to thank you for your amazing 70 years of service to everyone at the Rotary Club of Edmonton West. Again, you're truly making an impact locally, nationally, and globally. And I'm forever grateful for all of your service and your efforts. So I encourage you to attend the conference. The website is uniteinwhitehorse.ca. I encourage you to register early and book your plane tickets and your accommodation. And we have a whole team that's working on this. So look forward to keeping in touch. And if you have any questions, please reach out. So thank you very much.
Before you run off, on behalf of our club, I'd like to thank you for joining us from up in the Yukon. Thank you, thank you. Your story is truly inspiring. You've inspired thousands of Rotarians and non-Rotarians around the world with your story. I'd just like to let you know that in anticipation of your visit today, our treasurer did put $1,000 into our In Polio Now account.
Nice.
And that's just a beginning, because I'm sure we're going to top that up. So again, thank you so much, Ramesh, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Are we offline now? No. Well, inspiring words. I was going to call up a few of the directors here to talk about some of the things we did, but Ramesh covered most of it in his speech, which is fabulous. So that eliminates a whole page here for me. Brittany, you wanted to say a few things first?
Yes.
Just a sec, Jim. Yep. Go ahead. Somebody.
Go ahead.
You're probably more on track. Go for it.
You mean
Go ahead, Jim, you're older.
For beauty. No, I just want to say in Easter weekend of 2005, I flew up to Whitehorse, and I guess the one thing that I remember, and it was either a DC-3 or a DC-4, they've got sitting on a pedestal, and it works like a weather vane, spread outside the airport, and then rotates around with the wind. And like he was saying, we drove to Skagway to have lunch.
Okay. Actually, before we get to Brittany, we'll have Bruce come up and he'll do his thing, whatever that is.
I'm gonna do my thing, it's called. All right. Nice thing about
our club is every once in a while we get to induct a new member, but this case is not a new member per se. Myrna Fint is a Rotarian who is transferring to our club. So we're going to have the benefit of having experienced Rotarian now become part of our club. So Myrna, can I have you come forward, please? I'll introduce Myrna to you. As I say, she is a Rotarian, but here's a little bit about her story, her journey to get to Rotary. Myrna was born and raised in Germany and moved to Canada in 2011 together with her husband Christian, as well with the rest of her family. Now, here's an interesting thing. She came from Germany, but she brought 2 horses and 4 cats at the time. She's got a story about that. I'll let her tell you another time. In the German education system, she studied law and is a certified knowledge management system developer. Working in IT, she has managed projects at all levels in all types of businesses and environments. And before moving to Canada, she was responsible for the business relationship between the largest energy provider in Europe, EON, and Microsoft with Microsoft and SAP. Living in Canada professionally, she started as a licensed immigration consultant and is now working with her husband in their own IT and security company. Being involved in all kinds of things started early in her school. She was involved with an outstanding involvement with extracurricular activities in her high school, first female chair of the Law Student Council at the University of Würzburg, which is situated in south central Germany, and was a member of the Cross Faculty Student Council. Right now, residing on an acreage in Lake St. Anne County, she's involved in various animal rescue activities, and the family now consists, it's like a Central Alberta game farm, 2 dogs, 7 cats, 7 horses, 2 mules, and 1 boarded horse, which is a fluid situation.
Out there.
A horse ride, trail ride. Her husband, Chris, was a Rotarian in Germany, in a club, if I get this correct, didn't allow women until 2011.
When I moved to Canada. Might be connection.
Learning and experiencing many of these differences in the world of Rotary, Myrna joined the Rotary Club of Spruce Grove in November of 2015. She hosted youth exchange students and joined the district youth exchange team in 2018. She was president of the Rotary Club of Spruce Grove in 2022-23. Currently, Myrna, assistant governor for Area 9, chair of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, member of the district membership committee, and co-lead AG for District 5370. So you can see she's a very experienced Rotarian, and we're very lucky to have her. I'd like to now call up Lauren to help out with this. We're going to present to you, Myrna, your certificate for membership in the Rotary Club of Edmonton West. There you go. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Am I going up? Yes, you may. Yes. No, not yet. Because you're already a Rotarian, we don't give you all the other paraphernalia that comes with it, except your name tag for our club.
That's awesome.
Okay, all right. I would now like you to come forward and shake Myrna's hand and welcome her into the Rotary Club of Edmonton West. Thank you, Mr. Lieutenant First. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Welcome, Myrna.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Myrna. Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good job.
So we're gonna.
Oh, Myrna.
Hers? Yes. Well, you stand after right now. Yeah, we have time.
Welcome. Good to have these.
Good to have you.
Thank you, Nate.
We're gonna skip the happy bucks today because we're all gonna be happy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Brittany, you want to say something about your program? You need the mic?
Sure. Yeah. everybody. I'm super glad to be here. My name is Brittany Williams. I have been with the Rotary Employment Partnership for about 5 years now. This is actually one of the only clubs in Edmonton that I haven't made my way to yet. So I'm so glad to be here with everybody today and be able to get to know all of you throughout the next while here. I'm hoping to come and attend your meetings on a regular basis and just get to know everybody. If you don't know about the Rotary Employment Partnership, we are now in our 25th year, and we support folks with intellectual disabilities to find paid and meaningful employment opportunities within our city, and actually across that. Last year, 29 jobs were developed through the partnership, which is fantastic. That is life-changing for those 29 people who are now employed. Currently in Alberta, there's about an 80% unemployment rate for this population of people. And that is not to say that 80% of people with intellectual disabilities don't want to be working. They do, they just need a pathway in, and that is really where Rotarians come in. Since the partnership started 25 years ago, we are coming up on almost 1,000 jobs that have been developed across both districts in Alberta, which is fantastic. If you want to read more about it, Andre Charwa, who is the DPN, he has an article that came out in Rotary Canada's website just recently, last month. So I will stop talking. Thank you.
Brittany, we used to have Maddie out here 2 or 3 times a year, and going all the way back years to Wendy McDonald, who I'm sure Jackie knows quite well.
Yeah, Wendy started this program 25 years ago, and it's really quite an accomplishment. And lives are being changed every day because of this. One Rotarian had a vision and just made it happen. So we know about that in this club, don't we, Ben?
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Bruce?
Back again.
This is for your short 2-minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be fast. We, again, we celebrate. It's nice for Rotary to celebrate its members. I'm pleased to present today for those Rotarians who have achieved a Paul Harris and a Paul Harris Plus. So let's celebrate when they've contributed $1,000 US to the foundation. You become a Paul Harris Fellow. And our first pin today goes to our newest Paul Harris Fellow in our club, John Donner. Thank you. Congratulations. This is frame that and pour it up. Thank you. Oh, John, don't run away. And we've had a club member achieve the next level of Paul Harris +1, and that's our secretary, David Weir. David?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah. Well, I missed the photo up the first time, so.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
And the final pin, you might have to give that, your camera to someone else. What our club has Paul Harris points from the donations over the years. And the board felt that someone was worthy of a Paul Harris Fellow because of their contribution to our club and service to the community. So to receive her Paul Harris +6, which is now a ruby.
Yes.
Well, Andy, would you come forward, please? Great. I hope to have more people come up over the next year.
Okay. Any other questions or issues to bring up before we finish? Yes.
70th.
Oh, yes, Ingrid.
We're getting there. We're at 93 ticket. Yeah.
Hey.
And we can do it, because the last time we talked about it, we needed 50, well, we needed 100, so now we just need 50. So please, reach out,
And get your friends, your neighbors, so we can get to 150 tickets by the time we have a big event. And the other big news is, I think last time I said that we were having a meeting with City Hall. And we have confirmation on February 25th, which is the day of our celebration. We have permission to set up a peace pole display in the rotunda of City Hall for our legacy project for our set.
Thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid wore her special Olympic jacket today, so she can run around and put on miles and for the cause. So,
Present from my daughter.
Can I make an announcement?
okay.
Just for everybody's information, the next meeting of the club is not going to be 2 weeks from today because that's going to be Family Day. So the next meeting will be on February 23rd, 3 weeks from today. And we're expecting a very interesting speaker that day that Bruce lined up, a gentleman by the name of Mohammed Khaja, who works with the Edmonton Region Hydrogen Hub. And he's going to come and tell us about applications of hydrogen in mobility applications like vehicles. So it should be a very interesting presentation. I understand
It's gonna bring the hydrogen.
he actually is going to bring a hydrogen car. So you don't want to miss this meeting. Spread the word. There you go.
Any other updates? So I think that's it for the meeting for today. Our bell is still out for repair. It is looking to find somebody who knows how to braise properly, so. Yeah, just a lot of heat, a lot of torch and braising rod. So if that doesn't work out, we'll talk to you, Mike.
Crazy good.
Crazy, well, they suggested that too, so. Okay, so the four-way test. Will be beneficial to all concerned. Gong meeting is over. Thank you.
So, I spoke to my son.
Yeah. I'm picking up the bill this week, so they can't do anything. Like I say, I used to raise when I was young. Yeah, I do silver solder and grease.